Hello, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion, and I'm going to show you how to make these flowers with a new lace I just added to my shop. Plus, I do want to show you first a few other things while people are coming on. I wanted to show you, these are some lots I put together, and this is filled with all kinds of, look, flowers, acrylic flowers. And we'll get to the flower making in a little bit. But all the things I show you are in my shop, from laces to bling. I put all kinds of things in my shop, but I just chose a few things to show you today. So this is a lot, and I think these cost close to $5 or $6. I don't remember exactly the price I put on these little lots. But sometimes I like to put things together to see if there's interest, and this one is a mixture of a lot of acrylic flowers and some miscellaneous things. And this one has more of the smaller shiny things you can use in your shop. It has those really shiny little jellies and things. There you go. There you go. Those types of things are in this little bag, and I have these all in my shop. That it tells you how many pieces are in there. So like this might look very large, but it actually has a whole lot in there. And then I have this other one that I put together, which I put a few more varieties, and it has, I think it has a few flowers, but it also has these cameos I had showed you once before, which are, I have them in the pink, or it's not really pink, it's almost like a coral pink, coral peachy pink, kind of like the lace that I'm going to show you that I just used to make those flowers. So that's another bag. So I have 3 of these. I also have some lace lots, and I'm going to work, I still have some pink lace lots, and I'm going to work on more lace lots because they keep on selling out. I think the mauve pink one, I think there's only one left. And then I have these in my shop also, which are a very large piece, and they look really pretty if you make a flower or you want to decorate anything like that. Okay, next I'm going to show you a few laces, and then this won't take long. Then I'm going to go on and show you how to make this flower here. So this is a lace I have in my shop, and it's a corded lace that is like a bridal lace, and this is easy to cut. In fact, you'll probably find some of these in my next pieces in my next lot. I'll show you this one. These I stocked various colors because they sold very well, and I put a couple of, I think I put a little piece of this one in the pink lot that I had, and then this is like an ecru vintage color, beautifully embroidered little pieces, and then this one is like a blue gray color. There you go. Those are in my shop. And some of you might not know, but last year I used this for my to make Christmas ornaments, Shabby Chic, I put a pink background on them, and I do have a little bit of this in my shop. Plus, I also use this lace as the front portion of my angels, my large angels that I make. This is the one I use on the front. So I do have some in my stash, but I also put a little in my shop. I think I showed you this one, which was this pink milk little bows. Really cute. It feels like cotton, but it's a newer fabric called milk silk. And this one is also milk silk, I think, but it looks like cottonish feel to it. Beautiful little lace I added. This could be used to make any of your Shabby Chic ornaments for the holidays. And last but not least, I put a piece of this also in the lots that I put. So you can actually see that. But this is a larger, which is it also matches this smaller pink one. See that? And you can use this as the center. So I actually cut it off like here, and I put like just one piece in those pink lots that you might find in my shop. And that's it. I just like to go and show you some of the things I have in my shop, and at the same time I'm going to show you how to make this. I just added this soft lace today. You can see it. Here's the soft lace, and this we're going to make a flower with it. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and get a yard off of it so I can show you what you can do with the yard. I should have pre-cut it, but I didn't. So let me pre-cut a yard here. This is about a yard. And I'm going to make these flowers using the a la Liz technique, which I have tons of tutorials on how to use different things to make these flowers on my YouTube channel. And I have a few of them here on in my Facebook group too. See that? And here it is with this. And this color is more of like a pink, but it has like some peach tones, so I'm calling it Pinky Peach. And what I do to make this is very simple. This is using my a la Liz technique. So for this one right here, I think I used 1 foot. So 1 foot would make something like this. This one I used more like 1 foot, yeah, more like 20 inches to make this one. So I want to show you how to make both. So this one I'm going to cut to 1 foot, about. This doesn't have to be exact. I think as long as it's at least 8 inches long, it works. And what I'm going to use is, of course, I've shown you before, to make my flowers, I use just some hairpins. And these are different ones that I have in my stash. And I bought this one, I think, at Walmart. I wanted to try the big one. I find that sometimes if it's too wide here at this point, this edge right here, if it's too wide, sometimes it doesn't work very well. But see, this one is a regular straight larger one, and I've opened up the edges there. Hello. And then this one, these are just small ones. Again, probably from Walmart or Dollar Tree or something. And I like to buy different ones, and I actually like this one right here. For the thin laces, for the something like this, I like to use the smaller one, but we will make it with both because I wanted you to see the differences. Now the other thing I also use is, of course, just a piece of lace and some hairpins and some type of a string. You could see some string hanging out there. This I've shown you this before. This is just some crochet lace. That is the thicker one that you would use to make a doily, really. And I just cut a piece of that because I'm going to need that. And here's the lace. And this is a foot. So I'm going to show you both of those, the layered one and the one that's, and the more flat one. I'm going to show you the differences. So one is double layered and one is one layer. So all I do is I take my lace, my soft lace, and I go down the center, oh, like this, and I start gathering it. I just push it up. Now, one of the things is if it constantly goes through your lace, then that's why I opened this one up, because it was doing that for whatever lace I was using at that time. So all you do is do this, and you can see the flowers starting to form quite easily. This is a no-sew method of making flowers. You can definitely use sewing if you want to use sewing, but this is a method I have come up with, and I really do like this method. It makes it so easy, and you can make quite a few. So if this is 1 foot, you would be able to, with 1 yard of lace, you'd be able to make 3 of these. So here's the string. You can put this string on any way you want. You just don't want it too thick. Whatever you use, you can use a piece of wire if you want. It's kind of harder to work with. But I just go and I wrapped it basically around the place where it's gathered in the middle. And now I'm just going to use, instead, I'm going to use this string instead of the pin. And I usually go to, hi Nita, I haven't heard from you for a while. Nice to see ya or hear ya. I'll wave at you. And anyway, so here I go. And as you can see, the string is there on this side. The string is on this side. And now I'm going to start sliding this out. And I just make sure that I don't grab the string and the string is loose. And I'm holding it. There you go. Now this string right now, I put it on the top of my flower. A lot of times I put it on the bottom of my flower. Very easy flower to make. And then I like to take it back to the back. Now I know you see a lot of people that you put like the felt on the back. On these flowers, I do not put the felt on the back. Because I feel like it doesn't really need it. It doesn't need to be cleaned up because it looks so good. Sometimes I'll put a little one, a little felt or a little piece of lace, depending on what I'm doing. So now that you did that, okay, this is what it looks like. Very easy to make. You can see it looks slightly full. Be perfect for, I use this type of method on my wreaths. So sometimes I'll fold them up this way and I will insert them sideways like this, attached in my mixture of flowers when I make a wreath. Now the other details you can do is you can kind of just manipulate it and make it a little more even if you want, but it really doesn't need to. The other thing I've done is you can go like, oh, right over here, and you can flip it and connect them together. And sometimes I usually don't always glue this, but you can glue it right here and then it'll look more finished, more closed up. Or I also just started doing this. I started rounding these edges and that kind of makes it blend in more, although that wasn't a very good round. I ended up making it quite the thing. So you can see how that blends in a little better than this one that's all squared off. So there's different ways. So I will sometimes come with a light glue, any kind of hot glue, or you can use fabric tack, whatever you want. And I just do a little bit and it just helps it to, there you go. I just did that. And I kind of make sure that it's even on both sides. If you hold the center, you can actually pull it out a little more. And a lot of time, like on this one, I was looking at the patterns. And this is a rose and then it has a swirl. So I've been pulling on all the places that I want. And you make it any way you want. Basically, it's pretty much done. And if you want to put more work into it, you can. But most of the time, this messiness, this messy look, just makes it look even prettier. Okay, now this one right here, I've done the same way, but I've used a layer. So this time I'm going to take, let me see what happens if how much I have left of this now. This was the yard, right? Yep. So now I'm going to take this 1 yard. I'm going to use what's left, which would be 2 feet. Or yeah, this is 2 feet. I used 10 feet in this one, but this one we're going to just cut it in half. And this is going to make this yard of lace is going to make 2 flowers this way. And what I do is make sure that both upsides are turning up. You can also like cut this top one. We're going to use 2 layers, 1 layer, 2 layers, but you can also make the top one smaller, shorter if you want. But these are both also 1 foot long. And a lot of times when I'm making it, it gets starting to get thick. A lot of times I'll use a bigger pin, but the small pin will still work with this. And again, I'm doing the same thing. See that? Now, if you do have any questions, guys, who might be on right now, you can ask me now, and I'll see if I do see the comment, or after the video is up, you can still ask questions there, and I will answer them in comments later after the video is done. So as you can see, this is a lot thicker. very beautiful, a lot thicker. Let me find some. Now, a lot of times when I'm working with something thicker, I will double up this crochet lace that I have. And the reason one of the things I have been doing lately is working. You could see I just put it right. I just found the opening where the pin is, put the string there, and usually I'll go through the center of this. And now I'm going to put it. Now this, again, this one had, I said a foot. This one had 10 inches. Because I wanted to see, and you can put a little less. I think you can go as little as 8 inches. But these will end up to be flowers that are the same size as the width of your lace, which I'll show you. I'll compare it up with the lace in a bit. Okay, so again, I'm just tightening it. And since the bigger one needs a little more snug. Hi, Rebecca, you're watching Mom? There you go. I'll only be on here a little bit longer. I'm going to try and come in once a week, surprise, surprise, because I'm saying, okay, when can I take some time to go on? Look how pretty that looks already. Okay, this is not doing anything else. I push the strings to the back, and I'm gonna put this on the back, tie it to the back. So in other words, it's doubled over. I've been doing it lately like this. I don't think I always learn and expand and change my technique. So you can leave it like this if you want. But what I did is I went through, found the middle, pulled it open, and now I'm separating the laces so that there's more fullness to this lace. So you do one side and then you go on over to the next side. You can see me, I'm separating those two laces, so because we gathered them together, right? So again, these, and I'll grab like the top portion by itself and leave the bottom portion. Sometimes it's hard to do it, and I'll kind of pull it upwards, all of the top, and keep the bottom. What I'm doing is I'm going towards the bottom, just pulling it up. See how simple this is. And we just made the most gorgeous, look at the layers that you see there. You can mess with this as much as you want. I haven't even trimmed the edges, but you can see they kind of just blend right in. See that? Now, the problems, maybe problems you might run into is that maybe you don't go down the center, so it makes it look like it's pretty off center. You can pull on these laces, but make sure you pull from the bottom, and it could pull them a little bit. And I go like this and just shape my flower. And look how pretty and simple that was to make it with this lace that I just got in my shop. I have a wider beige lace that I'll probably show you how to make flowers with that one also in the future, maybe next week. So this is the lace, and this is the flower. Comes out pretty much as wide as the lace. This lace is about 3.25, about 3¼ inches wide. And I love this when it has the double sides here. If you have any laces like this with the double sides around this size, it works very well to make the a la Liz technique flower. See that? And here's the flat one. Oh, this one, yeah, these two we're using 1 foot single layer, which is great for you if you're using it for your lace books and it's going to get closed on top of it. Perfect. And this one right here, let me show you one more thing I haven't really shown. Is sometimes I'll take this string that I just used. One more thing. I have these buttons here in my shop. I have a few left. I've had these for a while. I gotta look for buying another batch. And see, it is a shank button, and I stick it through the shank button, and then I go to the center and I pull it over. You'll see how easy. So this way you can, a lot of times I'll attach things 2 ways. I will use my center string and I will use a tiny bit of glue. But a lot of times the glue is unnecessary. So now all you have to do is, again, tie it in the back. If you want, you can put both strings through. So if you make your string long enough, you can actually use it to attach your button. It looks a little crooked, so let's straighten it out a little. Center it. You can see my simple techniques for making flowers, these pretty lace flowers, and they look gorgeous on my wreaths when I make my wreaths, and they're all lacy, and sometimes I'll use them like this, flat, like I said, and then sometimes I'll grab them and I kind of pull them this way, and sometimes I'll even place a little glue in there and then close it like this, and it becomes more like a partially open flower, or it actually looks smaller. So easy peasy making flowers with all of this technique. Now there, I think we're done. That's it. I just wanted to show you how to make flowers with this new lace that I got in my shop. And you can find me on Etsy, Crafty Devotion on Etsy, and you can find me there, or you can find links in this. I'll try and put a link to my shop and to this actual listing in the comments after I'm done videotaping. Okay, well, I hope that you all have a beautiful day and you're getting ready for Christmas, because that's what I'm doing. I'm in the festive. What I'm doing is listing a lot of things in my shop so that you guys can be inspired for making your pink Christmas, or your whatever kind of Christmas you like to make, or ornaments, anything like that. And I'm putting those things in my shop now so that I can hopefully have time in the future to design more things. So this is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I will talk to you guys next time, and I hope you were inspired to try out making these gorgeous flowers.